And that's another thing. They own Hollywood, so what they do is, when it comes to the slave movies, it's the white man who slaves everyone. And it comes to the mafia, it's Italians. Now, the Italians had a mob, but it wasn't as powerful as Murder Incorporated.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Mayor Lansky was one of the biggest ones.
Exactly. And he never went to prison.
And this Las Vegas was founded by Mo Dalitz.
Yeah.
Pretty much. He put it together.
Yeah.
And then the ADL
Italian.
gave him a freaking Freedom Torch Award.
Yeah. These mobsters helped form Israel. They were sending weapons across.
Yes. Yeah.
People don't understand how the little mafia, Israeli government, they infiltrated the U.S. government. So all the Italian mafia guys went to prison with the RICO Act. The Jewish guys went into government.
Yeah, but it's white supremacy, right?
Yeah, white supremacy. Yeah, you start going down the rabbit hole, and it's insane. At first, you start thinking you're a little bit crazy, and then you just keep digging and digging. You're like, am I crazy? And you start being, no, I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy. And that's why they do things like swatting and things like this to me and other people. And Nick, even one point, no-fly zone, right? You've been attacked.
Yeah.
Did you get doxxed? Your number got out recently?
Yeah, they got my my address, but luckily I had my old address on the ID that I get.
So
I can't say it was from the Twitter thing, but I gave it over there, and then a couple
you
days
gave
later, I
Authentics.
thought it could have been
Next
a different way, but.
Yeah, I asked one of the detectives. It's not that hard to get a Social Security if you have people in areas that are corrupt. It could be at the realtor could do it. A Social Security office can slip it in there. I mean, there's ways to get it done. But I believe, I know, it's Israeli intelligence behind all these attacks.
Yeah,
they might outsource to some freaky satanic pedophile 764 crew. But why? After I started talking about certain things, that's why.
And historically, Israel and stuff has always had the biggest, spy operations and the biggest blackmail operations. It's not just Epstein. That's not the only Israeli spy
that's
operation.
The one we know of.
Yeah. I mean, P. Diddy might be one. There's
what was the NXM one, the NXMI or something, the Wexler people, that kind of stuff. There's all.
Well, Meyer Lansky supposedly had blackmail of Hoover, who was the
he was like a
longest reigning.
Yeah,
he was the longest reigning guy of what was CIA or FBI was he in charge of?
I think he was
CIA, right?
Yeah.
He was the longest guy in charge of that, and he had him like blowing some dude in a dress or something.
Yeah, he was a freak.
And then he started doing his own blackmail parties and was probably giving them to Meyer Lansky. This is just speculation, but and then also I forget, I was digging and stumbled across, I can't remember the name. There was a guy in Syria who ran a massive blackmail operation, and all the politicians, and this was a long time ago, like in the 60s or 50s or 60s, but it just shows this is something they've been doing forever.
Yeah,
like I said, I think they were trying to do some weird shit to me when I was in Israel. So it's like,
go hang out with this chick over there. She's probably
right.
14.
Like, this girl wants to sleep with you. I'm just like, that's just weird. They're trying to push a girl to sleep with you, and then they go in that room and do it. And she's a fan.
Go in the room with the cameras that are hidden. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, thankfully I was smart enough to say no. But that just popped in my head a couple weeks ago. Because remember there was this, I'm at this party, and then they throw this girl in my lap, but it didn't feel like the regular fan situation, because I know fans. I've been being a fighter. Girls will come want to sleep with you, but they more know who you are and stuff. And it was like, oh, this girl's a big fan. She wants to sleep with you. And I'm kind of like, she's attractive too, but looked a little young. But they think she's like 19 or something. And I'm just like, I don't like people trying to pressure me or anything sexual. And I was like, nah, it's good. But they were like so pushy about it. It was like really
get
weird.
in that room, but there's no cameras, man.
Yeah, it's so weird that came to me, and I'm like. I remember the time it just felt really weird. It didn't feel nothing natural about it, and I hate it when people try to press me to do anything sexually. So I'm just like, no, and I left. But imagine if it did go back there, and then she wasn't of age.
You wouldn't be here talking about
I would be I could be like Jordan Peterson right now. Give them hell.
Yeah, give them hell, Israel. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how many of these influencers have black. They all go to Israel. Everyone takes an Israel trip. Every politician. Yep. A lot of men's weakness is women. They probably throw some girl, they get them all makeup, get them a little older. Hey, go in that room.
Now you're on camera. Oh, she was 14, right? Huh? You better sign this bill here. There you go.
Yeah,
Jerusalem's
you're
a center.
You're going to do whatever we say from now on.
Exactly. And that's the problem with these people.
Yeah, before we wrap up, anything else? I'll read a few audience questions, but anything before we...
No, I just want to tell everyone, look, all of us are in this fight together. I always tell people that some of us are on the front lines, that we need people behind. We cannot do this alone, guys. We just can't. We all need support. We need help each other no matter what. Because, our enemy is super organized. They have thousands and thousands of organizations. They have infinite money because they own the banks. They control the media. We're fighting here from the ground.
Politicians.
Yeah, so we need to start uniting with each other. We don't have to agree on every single thing, but most of the things that's important we have to agree on. We got to focus on this one enemy that is literally destroying all of us in different ways, okay? Every race is under attack. Every religion is under attack. So let's put race and religion. I'm not saying go marry off, daughters to Africans or convert to Islam. People get confused. Yeah. You could be pro-white. You could be pro-black, pro-Islam, pro-Christian.
I'll work with black nationalists.
Do whatever you want. I work with everyone. preserve your people. If maybe you want to mix, go ahead and mix. That's okay. Live and let live. We have enough room for everyone, but we won't have any room if these people win.
No, we need to work together. I couldn't agree more. We need to
absolutely.
We need to start brainstorming. I think we're doing an amazing job with information war, but we need to start ideas beyond that. How are we going to get politicians, PACs? We need, that's what I'm doing a lot of the behind the scenes, talking to some of these billionaires, and surprised how many guys you find out agree with us or are scared to say it.
Where do they execute? Where do they put their money? They got to, like Nick has good donors behind him. He's doing something. He's building an organization. That's why I was impressed with him. I didn't know much about him till
Nick's done so much for his age. It's so impressive.
It's incredible.
Completely banned from everything.
Yeah, so he's got this America First organization, and he's got people in different organizations. He's already doing. He's probably maybe himself will run for politics one day. But we need more of that. We need multiple organizations like his to be out there and funding each other and working together and pushing together.
They don't all need to be exactly the same.
No, they don't.
His is a hardcore Christian.
Yeah,
there needs to be some that aren't hardcore Christians, but they can work and be allies with each other. Like to me, I believe in God, but I'm not a Christian. Maybe one day I will be. Or Muslims are really trying to convert me over.
They're always trying.
I do believe in God.
I got a Quran for you.
I think it's basically a very similar God. Other than Jesus being
I believe in
the Savior, but they both love and adore Jesus. So it's like I can relate to people, but like I said, I'm not a hardcore Christian, so I can't be like, oh, I'm part of Nick's movement, but he's an ally of mine.